Coco Jones's story could be mistaken for a best-case scenario child star story if you only read the first few lines. She began her career on the Disney Channel and now stars in Bel-Air, a drama produced by Will Smith that is a revival of the 1990s sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The show was recently renewed for a third season, with tracks produced by London on Day Track and Babyface. Her debut EP, What I Didn't Tell You, is a deliciously contemporary take on soulful, smooth, old-school R&B that peaked at #1 on the Apple Music charts. Janet Jackson and SZA have co-signed her. However, she has experienced enough loops in her journey to rival a theme park ride. Coco, a triple threat born in South Carolina and raised in Tennessee, shot to stardom in 2012 after landing the lead role in the Disney picture Let It Shine. Not only was a follow-up to the movie being discussed, but she was also getting signed to a record label. It was all like a fairy tale when I was a young star. I got to play really fun characters and live out my dream of dressing up, she explains. My world seemed to be in a constant state of chaos, with no signs of improvement. That is, until the label attempted to make her follow predetermined guidelines. I had to tone it down when I tried to express my personality in songs because it was too much. Saying, I was acting like a singer, singing songs that I didn't really like, Coco approached it like a part. The record label only knew how to market through TV shows, so trying to figure out how to market me, a black girl who already didn't fit into these formulas, it all just started to deteriorate, the artist said after the planned TV show and movie abruptly fell through. The label also abandoned her. The fanciful fortress that had seemed remarkably sturdy beneath her feet had vanished. She remarks, I thought so many things were going to happen. It was just shocking. As I grew older, you realize that you don't want to lose something so wonderful. So it's more painful and less enjoyable when you don't get the jobs, she says. You lose sight of its magic. But she made an effort to rebuild. She believes that her independent music from her adolescence was immature. I hadn't really lived yet. And that going on acting auditions exhausted her. Colorism is pervasive in the industry. Even if you are equally talented, it will never be your part because you don't look the part. For Coco, everything changed in 2020 when she joined TikTok. Millions of likes were received by her covers, which featured her singing original verses on well-known songs and reignited conversation about her. People started reaching out as soon as they saw me on their phone screens. She was referred by a manager to high standards of Def Jam, who signed her. She signed a contract to play Hillary Banks in Bel-Air about the same time. In just 1 year, my entire life changed. A lot of black sitcoms from the 1990s, like Fresh Prince, gained notoriety for casting light-skinned actresses in place of dark-skinned female characters. For many girls, Coco's portrayal of the glamorous Hillary, originally portrayed by Karen Parsons, meant a great deal. She says, I get a lot of support. Black women are overjoyed to see this representation of themselves. Even though her journey had its ups and downs, Jones wouldn't alter a thing. I could never make things happen the way God does. I just have to accept it. I'll rarely understand why, she says. She believes that by taking her own route, others will find it simpler to follow in her footsteps. I want to hold black girls to higher standards. We are not limited in any way. I wish to make things easier for them on their journey. For those who do not know, Coco Jones is an actress, singer, and songwriter, in addition to being a comedian. Regarding Coco Jones, a great deal of her admirers fell in love with her early in her Disney career and, most significantly, when she starred in Let It Shine. Since then, she has been entertaining us in the entertainment business with her charisma and flawless voice, as well as keeping us updated with her portrayal of a black woman with dark skin. Many of her devoted followers have followed her career development from childhood onward. We've all seen the unquestionably terrible stigma associated with being a child actor and how difficult it can be to overcome when it comes to being a Disney star in childhood. But a lot of other Disney star kids, Miley Cyrus, Jenna Ortega, Zendaya, and so on, have made the transition to adulthood in Hollywood with success. Did Coco take so long to succeed in the industry? 2 years ago, Jones made a reappearance after sending out a What Happened to Coco Jones tweet. This eventually resulted in her story being shared on YouTube, where she talked about her acting career. Coco has said she is extremely appreciative of her Disney past, which allowed her to work on sets for more than 15 hours and gain insight into how the business operates. According to her well-known YouTube comment, "Yeah, I did that. And you would do it too for a check. I was going to win Employee of the Month because I worked there." This has equipped her for her new role in Peacock's reimagined Bel-Air series, where she plays the beloved Hilary Banks. Jones had great success as a star of Bel-Air, and the part suited her vivacious, charming, and witty nature. The similarity between Hilary and Coco's stories made this casting accurate. Both Hilary and Coco are chefs. Coco shares recipes on her YouTube and TikTok channels, and they both have vivacious, wholesome, and straightforward personalities. Their genuine careers and work ethics are the most extensive comparison. Hilary's character in the show goes through a certain arc where she decides she won't allow people to limit her or make her work less ambitious in order to meet their expectations. Here, we can make comparisons to Coco, who has demonstrated genuine persistence and withstood the strongest resistance from Hollywood. She didn't accept no and didn't stop at anything. We should all give Coco Jones the respect and dignity she deserves. Despite her incredible performance as Hilary, Coco acknowledges in interviews that she is anxious about the reaction of fans, particularly African American fans, to this revival of their cherished Fresh Prince. But the series and Coco's portrayal were anything but ordinary, and the fans welcomed it with open arms. The fact that Hilary Banks plays a dark-skinned character in this reboot is iconic, especially considering that women with darker skin tones are rarely chosen for roles starring women with lighter complexions. It was imperative that Coco leapt from behind the screen and used her voice. She was in the studio working on her new song, Caliber, which was released in 2022, immediately following her Bel-Air premiere as soon as filming was completed. Coco had a full schedule and was busy. Now that she has a record deal with Def Jam, she calls this new musical era and the new Coco a destination. She says, "I've been on this journey for a long time, but I think I'm finally at a destination." In an interview on the Terrell YouTube channel, her admirers are incredibly proud of her tenacity and persistence in all of her endeavors, especially considering that she freely acknowledges that she has considered cashing in on her opportunities during her idle period of not being booked. Coco has been updating her YouTube channel, sampling, and remixing popular songs on TikTok that have become viral in between her acting and singing. "I always listened to Coco Jones's verse from SZA's hit song Hit Different. She became close friends with YouTuber Terrell Jones and worked with him on Tea and Coco, a channel where they participate in challenges and, most importantly, cook a lot. Her appearance on this YouTube channel is entertaining to watch, never forced, and it emphasizes the wonderful friendship that exists between Terrell Grice and Coco Jones, in which both of them are equally matched. I've been able to witness Coco's real humor through these videos, and because she is more forthcoming with her fans on social media, I can relate to her in certain situations." The American Music Awards, AMAs, and the BET Soul Train Awards were two of Coco's most recent events. Her R&B album and EP of the year are among the best, and she is nominated for the first time as a singer. This is Coco Jones's chance, and she won't get another one. After being the underdog for so long, she challenges the world to recognize her brilliance and reminds everyone of who she is. All of her flowers, everything she deserved, and more are being taken by Coco. The Coco Jones agenda needs to be pushed even harder.